Hello and welcome to another update video about Cardano. So Cardano is climbing a little bit higher. It's nearly at the breakout point again. There is not really a lot happening at the moment in the charts generally. So it's rather quiet. However, at the moment, ADA is pushing a little bit higher, whilst I think others are going up a little bit. But it's overall at the moment a quiet weekend. As you always know, things and movements are a little bit less predictable on the weekend. There's usually less volume. We can see that anyway on the chart here. And oftentimes just sideways movement. Obviously, we are waiting for the CPI data to be released. So you have always this sort of element of waiting often before that is happening, like at the moment as well. But, you know, ADA has not invalidated anything. It's sort of still focusing and following here the forecast. As I told you in the last video, we're waiting here for the breakout of this base channel to the upside. That is a very, very good indication and proof that we have a wave 3 ongoing and that this wave 2 is actually finished. So for the bullish continuation, it would be very good if ADA could hold within the base channel and actually break out of it to the upside. The first step would be to break above the wave 1 high. Now, if we zoom in, you can actually see that we're just about to do that, or we already broke above it. I mean, prices are a little bit too dynamic to just call out one particular price point. But as you can see here, it's a bit of a range between, I would say 51.4 cents, which we're already above, and 51.7 cents. Now we've already broken that, or are just about to break that, and then we could reach that resistance level of the channel here. And if we break above that, then we've broken out of the base channel, and that would be a really good indication that indeed this wave 2 is over, because at the moment there is no guarantee it's over, and that we are in fact moving up in a wave 3. Because looking at this from a bearish point of view, or less bullish point of view, it could very well be that what we're doing here is purely in this wave 2 an A, B, and the C is still to come. That is possible. And then we would need to move the wave 2 over here. No, not that low, of course, not that low. So it would be like that, and we would have a running flat. So could, without a problem, reach the lower end of the channel again, because we've got the overshooting wave B, which is one element of a running flat, and then the higher low compared to the wave A, that would be a running flat. We can't really make, well, we could make a slightly lower low than the wave A, but no, it could be like that, couldn't it? We must hold though above 48.9 cents. So it could become an expanded flat or running flat, and we could within this wave C already done the wave 1, the wave 2, and the next wave would be a sell-off. We don't know that yet, and therefore I often say we need to wait for those signals, and one signal that the wave 2 is indeed over, because that is what we can assume at the moment, because this is for me the most likely scenario. But the indication or evidence would be if we break out of above the base channel, basically. So the first aspect would be to move above the wave 1 high, but then just to break above this channel, and that would be above 52.4 cents. What would be the target though of this wave 3 in green that you can see on the chart there? Well, we would need to move to 53.9 cents, 54 cents, that would be the target for this 1.618 Fibonacci extension for the wave 3. That is what you normally see as a minimum, the 1.618 level. It can of course go higher, this wave 3, and should the wave 2 in the end up a little bit lower, which we don't know yet, then the wave 3 target will shift. But at the moment we can assume that we are doing exactly this wave count as long as the wave 2 low is holding here at 49.4 cents, and even more important would be to hold here the 48.9 cent level. Should we lose that, then of course here this yellow wave 2 was actually never finished, but at the moment, as long as we're holding this low, we can assume it is, because this move up was impulsive and the move down was corrective, and we're now working on the wave 3. So as I speak, we push a little bit higher, but overall movements on a weekend are always less predictable. So be careful on a weekend. There's also always a little bit of, usually always there is unpredictable price movement and volatility around the weekly candle close. Now that is in pretty much 12 hours from here. that we get the weekly candle close. And how will that look for ADA? Let's just take a look on the weekly chart. So we have seen here that on the weekly, at the moment though, we see 3 green candles, each with a higher close point, close price. Obviously this week is not finished yet. Should we go below 51 point, what is it? Should we go below 51.6 cents, then we probably end up in the red in this candle. But as long as we stay above 51.6, we can get a positive green candle, and we have 3 green candles in a row on the weekly. That is actually a bullish signal. What you can see though is that the momentum is already decreasing, unfortunately. Yeah. Still though, a good signal. If we see 3 green candles in a row, we need to close the weekly for that, however. Yeah, that's pretty much everything I can tell you at the moment. Maybe one last look here at the the RSI on the weekly, which is just following the price. We had a bullish crossover here, which is generally a good signal on the weekly. Momentum, however, hasn't really picked up yet. On the weekly, the MACD is pushing higher, so that is definitely a good signal. And on the 4-day chart as well, still pushing higher, not losing momentum yet on the 4-day chart. And also here, the RSI is also moving higher on the 4-day chart. You know, I believe we talked in previous videos about the bullish divergence that we saw here on the 4-day chart. This is playing out now. And on the daily chart, it's pretty much also following the price here. On the RSI, still the bullish crossover at play here. And the MACD is just trying to avoid to get into a bearish crossover here again. This is not yet decided, but should this turn down, then this might have an effect on the price then. At least here sort of shorter term on the daily. But overall, the weekly and the longer term ones are still pushing higher. That could indicate further price increases and would be in line with the Elliott wave count as long as those lows stay in place. Very important is that overall the 45 cent level is holding. That is sort of the most important one. I believe if we go below 45 cent, then we will also see a lower low below 40.3 cent, and that was the low here from the 13th of July. Okay, and that is currently my view about ADA. So hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.